Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Big Boy Card Collecting. I'm your host, Andrew Davis, and we are breaking and educating about cards, as you already know. And we're doing something a little bit different, a little bit outside of sports, a little bit outside of typical trading cards, because we are dealing with a trading card game that was funded on Kickstarter called Oshi Push. So Oshi Push is kind of a VTuber. I think there's 7 or 8 different VTubers in this game who are licensed, signed up for the project. And what typically you do is that you build a deck and you pick a style, whether you want to be a viral content creator, specialized, and there's different strategies. I think there's 5 or 6 different, routes you could take. You could be a sabotager, and your objective is to sabotage. And it is a deck building game with a bunch of rules that kind of combines Magic Gathering with Yu-Gi-Oh! And a few other games into this. And what they did is that it is done, I believe, by Japan Games. Yes, Japan Anime Games does this, and they raised about $507,000 on Kickstarter. So about $500,000 on Kickstarter. And what these are is that these boxes are about $100 is what they cost. And during the Kickstarter, which happened about 13, 14 months ago, you could buy a starter deck. So a starter deck is about $18. This is another starter deck. So these are the 2 starter decks. And the thing about these things, and what's important to note, is that these cards say debut Gen 1 on them. So as you can see in the upper top corners, they say debut Gen 1 on them. And so the ones in retail do not have that debut element to it. So I'm not going to break open those boxes per se, because we got plenty here with this. And I do want to go to the back here and talk a little bit about this. So these all have the debut back on them. And what's interesting from my understanding, and I'm pulling up some stuff here, is obviously there's different rarities. So, you typically in a pack, you're going to get a bunch of different slots, right? So you're going to get slot 1 is Pawn, which is a common. You get an Axe Persona, which is like a personnel card. That's one. You get a common. Axe card, you're going to get a common. Platform card, a common content card, a common action content or platform card is usually in slot 5 in the pack. 6 to 8 can be alt art personality upgrades, and typically it's an uncommon, so it could be any card. Then you're supposedly supposed to get an AO Super in slot 9, and then slot 10 you're supposed to get a light blue super rare, and then potentially in slot 11 in booster breakdown packs you're supposed to get a 1 of 10 or a 1 of 100 serialized card. And as we see with things like Divine Cross and some other games that are similar to this game, some of those cards graded go for good money on eBay, where they might go for anywhere from $15 all the way up to $180. And so that's the thing there. And the other thing that is necessary is that, from my understanding, is that there are things called God packs in this. So I believe every booster has a God pack. A God pack changes the position. Where in slot 1, you have a much higher chance of getting rare cards, where you are no longer where it's an AO Super Plus, 85% slot 1. Slot 2 is 85% of an AO Super, and AO Super in slots, basically 1 through 4, you have an 85 chance of getting that. You have an 82% chance of getting a light blue super, in it, and then so on and so forth, in base, and then the odds just increase dramatically. So basically, and you're supposed to get, I think, 4 God packs in this box. So that's the whole thing with this and why I'm breaking this open. And on top of that, there's these right here, which is the promo stuff. And so obviously we're going to break it open. We're going to go through it. Obviously, this is a card game. There's a collectible aspect to it. It is brand new. It just hit the market essentially. So I guess the economics of it aren't there yet. But as we've seen, and as I stated before, there is all this stuff like Divine Cross and a few other games that do have cards that sell for a lot of money. And when you get that stuff graded and you get autographs and you get all art cards, people want it. And, this game could take off. It cannot take off. But if it does take off, the other thing about this, too, is that this is a debut box. So I actually have a second one. I'm not opening up the starter decks, not because I'm not going to play. It's just I don't want, this is 24 packs, and we're going to be talking a lot about this, and it's going to be a long video, and I don't want to make this a 2-hour video for everybody, but I do want to tell and give everybody a sense that you can find these, by the way, on eBay. People are asking like 100 for it. So it is interesting to the point where it is a lot of speculation involved in this game in particular. But having said all that, I figured we'll open this up. I'm curious what's in these promo packs. Apparently, I got 6 of them. I don't know if they're all the same, if they're all not the same, all of that. But I figured we're going to open this stuff up, see what happens, run with it. Obviously, this pack is being difficult. Bad idea to use a knife to open up a pack like this, but did it anyway. And here we go. So these are interesting. So I believe there is 4 or 3. Yeah, there's 3 cards here. So we got this one right here. So which is a fish right there. So that's a promo debut right there, exclusive to the Kickstarter. We have this one right here, which is, Phase Warehouse plus 500,000. So that's kind of fun. It's a platform. Again, there's use of this card. I'm not exactly sure where it fits in, but clearly you get that in there. And then you get this one right here, which is Buyout Artist Alley. Vendors, please connect. Phase Contents got you covered. Promo debut right there. And so you get those 3 right there. And I think all of them are the same. So that's the promo stuff right there. Mine, I'm going to be selling my promo stuff. The other 5 most likely on, eBay. And I don't know what they go for, but we're going to find out, right? But here we go. We're going to open up this box. I'm curious what it is, what we got. And again, right now, the thing is that the value for this stuff is probably not there, not because it's not a good product, but because the game is brand new. And nobody exactly knows how the game is going to play out with everything that's going on. And I'm not even 100%. Who's calling me? Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry about that. But here we go. This is what we got. We got these right here. And this is what they look like. And so we're going to go and open these up right here and see what we got for everybody. So obviously basic boosters right there. God pack right here. So this is the God packs, right? So 1 God pack, 2 God packs, more boosters, more boosters, more boosters, basic boosters here. More boosters for everybody. More God packs. So another. So we got 4 God packs here. Obviously that's something that's good. Obviously rare cards. Some straight out boosters here. And there we go. So basically what it was is that on the Kickstarter, they raised $500,000 for those who are interested in getting to the point here. And what it was that particularly for certain goals, a God pack replaced. So there was initially 1 God pack per booster, right? So what happened is that what wound up achieving and being done is that this was already in there. So there's 23 boosters. And then when they reach 1 goal, the 22nd or the 23rd pack became a God pack. And so on and so forth till there was about 4 God packs in this. And then they actually opened up some stuff later on the Kickstarter for those who are interested. And why this is important is that you could buy an additional God pack. So that's kind of cool in that regard. And so it doesn't change the power of the card. It just changes the rarity of the card. And obviously we all know that if a card only has 1 of 1 in it, it's a more valuable card than if something has, 100 of them or it's a common. So obviously we have 24 of these. So I'm going to go and do the smart thing here and set up my organization. So 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 5 in a God pack, 5 in a God pack, 5 in a God pack, as a nice breakdown so that we can all kind of get some of this stuff and go through it pretty quickly, which is what it's intended to be. So here we go. Here we go. Obviously, these are our systems here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to open up this one and see what we pull. So let's go, guys. Let's go. Obviously, we can see odds are, this. Obviously, back right there. It's definitely made in China. So definitely interesting in that regard. But here we go. So 10 cards per pack. And as soon as I figure out how to open this stuff up, apparently these are not cooperating packs here for me. But here we go. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we can do here. So we got obviously this right here, which is pawn, which is common, right there. So that one right there. Again, I'm going through this pretty quickly for everybody here. So this right here, again, or this, how it's supposed to, I'm not exactly sure how it's supposed to go, but it's a platform card right there for everybody. They actually tell you what these cards are. So this is cool too, because blue background, black background. So, you know, I'm not exactly sure the whole rarity and all that stuff per se. Supposedly this is a common, which is a pawn. We got this one right here, which is a blue background. So there you go. I don't know if there's a method to their madness here, but got that right there. Got this right here. So cool right there. This is a content. So obviously every deck has a different component, right? Every deck has a different component. This is an action card. So black background, I guess, is an action card. We got this right here. This is a content card. And this one is a super. So obviously a bit rarer right there. We got this one right here, which is another super for you. We got this one right here, which is a super right there. We got an AO right here. So that's cool. Again, you know, content for you, creatives, Christmas special. So that's fun. Right there. We got a foil right here. So that's cool. A nice little foil, right? Obviously that's shine. So that's fun. That's an AO. That's content. And then we got this right here, which is, you know, I guess a promo card for us to kind of deal with. So that's that, right? So let me see where we're at, right? Which one did I even just pull from? I don't even know where I just pulled from. Oh, I pulled from here. So obviously pack 2 right here. Again, I'm going through this quickly, kind of going through it. Again, I'm going to wind up organizing this. I don't even know fully how to play this game yet. I enjoy playing games like this, though. I enjoy understanding the games and all that stuff. So here we go, right here. So we got this right here. Same deal, black background for those who are interested. This right here. But obviously there's stuff in here that, you know, I don't know what this stuff is worth exactly. But that's just it. Nobody knew what Divine Cross was going to be worth either. And there's people, who like this. There's people who follow these VTubers. And that's the other thing that's attached to this game is that there's a bunch of VTubers and there's people who follow that. Oh, so this is a yellow background, right? So I'm not exactly sure the whole deal with all the different colored backgrounds, the rarity of that. I'm not exactly sure the alt art components of this per se, but what I do know is that obviously this one is different and there's blue backgrounds, black backgrounds, but it doesn't really change anything. It doesn't change anything as far as gameplay goes. It's just what you want to do. So this is a black background. This is cool. This is cool right here. So that's pretty sweet. I like that and some chibi stuff. You laugh, you lose. Oh, that's funny. But that's a black background. Again, another one right there. So this is obviously a content card. But that's the whole thing here is that this is just a card game and you're picking up a bunch of stuff, right? This right here is cool. Good one. Find some foil stuff right there. So yes. And then we have a KIR. So this is a KIR. Obviously, I think this is a nicer card of the whole thing. So this is an upgrade creative. So obviously, this is, in my opinion, a better card. It's something. I think this is definitely one of those things that's really cool. And I think this is a VTuber. So pretty cool right there. Obviously, this is different than everything else we pulled so far in this set. So there you go right there. And that's kind of the stuff that could potentially be worth money. Then we get one of these right here, which is those Oshi Push promo cards that are not really helping anybody. So again, this is where it's getting stuff graded, game takes off, stuff like that. And the card I just pulled, which is a KR. and I'm looking at this right now, trying to figure something out here, because I might have something that might help us figure something out a little bit better here. Just doing a little. So I can't. So it's a KR Super 1 in 24 or one per booster box. So that might be the one, right? Borderless upgrades, silver, hot stamp. So yeah, there we go. That's the one right there. That's that KR Super type card. So I think that's what it is. And it's 1 in 24 packs or one per booster box. And there's an AK Super, which is 1 in 144 or 1 in 5 per master case. So yes, there are numbered cards. There are hot gold stamp cards. There's a lot of stuff, right? This pack has been really difficult with me. Sorry. So there we go. So that I think that's the Hero Super, which is what I think it is that I think that's that. So yeah. So there we go. Sorry, everybody. So here we go right here. We got that one. In this, and I mean, there's all these odds with this stuff. So we got this right here. This one right here. So these are yellow backs. I'm not exactly sure. I think to answer the question about the yellow stuff, right? So I don't know if there's any odds on the yellow stuff, per se. But yeah, so there we go. Can't really find anything with the yellows. Light blues are 1 in 6. AO supers are 1 to 2 per pack. I mean, there's all this stuff in there that magenta. Yeah, so I don't really know what the deal is with all of this, but obviously there's a lot of stuff there. So we got this right here, which is that. Sorry, this is that card that we pulled, which is the upgrade. So that's her, right? That's the exact card we pulled. Obviously, this is a common. The card we pulled is that upgrade version of it. We got one of these right here, which is this, or this, I think is how it's put. Again, light blue. So pretty cool right there in that regard. I think we've got, this right here, which is another, I think platform card. Again, a light blue. So supposedly it's 1 in 6, I guess. This, right here. And then we got another. Oh, so I think we got 2 foils in this one, which is nice. I think this is a foil. It looks shiny. This right here, or maybe this is how it's supposed to go. I'm not exactly sure. It's hard to sometimes do this. It actually can go both ways, which is actually really helpful. But yeah, so this is a shiny card right there, light blue background, and then this is another one, same deal, light blue black background and promo card, which we dump there. And then we got this right here. We got 2 more here. Again, it's a long video because there's a lot of cards here, everybody. There's a lot of cards, and I got to say these packs are really, really tough to open. I didn't realize that these packs were going to be this tough to open. In that regard. So here we go. So this right here, yellow background. It's a common, but it does say debut on it. So that's cool. We got this one. Again, just black background on that one. Again, here, just breaking this open because, again, I don't know what some of these cards are going to be worth. I don't know what I'm pulling exactly either. But as I stated before, when we start diving into stuff like this, and we start diving into weird games a little bit that are out of the ordinary, you don't know what's going to hit, what's not going to hit. And that's the whole thing. So I think, obviously there's another platform card right here. It's got that blue background. Again, I'm not exactly sure what the whole background deal is. I don't know if it's a rarity. I don't know if it's just deck building. I don't know what it is exactly. We got that right there. Another platform card here, blue background for you. Another foil here. So again, I think foils are cool. I think this is foily, or maybe it's not foily. I don't know. Is this like a foil? It looks like it, but I'm not too sure if it is. It just looks like it, but obviously it's that. It's a blue background. This is definitely, I think, it's got a foil vibe to it, right? So yeah, we got that right there, and that's just Black promo card right there. Again, the reason why I'm going through this is that, as I stated before, this one feels lighter than the others. What it is that you don't know what, and when you start going into games outside Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, and all that stuff, you don't know what's gonna hit, what's not gonna hit. I don't know the effects that these VTubers who are involved in this game, what their reach is fully. I don't know if their channels are growing either. But obviously, when I did interview the people from Oshi Push and their mascot, who's a VTuber, what was interesting in the conversation that we had is that this is phase one of what they are at least attempting and planning to do. So it could very well be that they come out with phase two, phase three, phase four, and there you go. So you got that right there. Similar to their mascot that's in the promo card, gold farming. Obviously, this is content creating. So depending on what type of deck and what type of VTuber you want to play in, there you go right there. You got this one right here. But that's the whole thing too, is that's fascinating. And also there is some other art that's not in the retail packages of these. So again, I don't know the full extent of what the value of this stuff is. But what I do know is that there's been circumstances, and I've seen it because I'm a big PG PSA guy, I'm a big card collector, and some of this Divine Cross stuff, which is similar to this game, it has gone for really, really good money, and they do sell. So that's the thing, but that Divine Cross stuff is now starting to move about 18 months after Divine Cross came out. So that's the deal with this, is that this stuff could not be on the radar for another 18 months. And it was like, man, I need to have this card, right? And there you go. And then it's graded, and then you're selling that card for X amount of money. Or people could be like, I want to play this game, but I want some of these debut packs or whatever it is. So there we go, yellow background for you. And so that's why I'm doing this whole thing, because I think it's really interesting. Brother Lover action card. I think this is kind of a foil. Obviously it's an AO debut. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I love foils. And then I think this is another foil. It looks like a foil at the very least. And this is SSD support funds. So there we go. And that's an action card. So there you go right there. Promo card just dropping in there. First God pack. So this Oshi pack contains 10 cards, 10 card booster packs. This game can, yeah. So basically, I mean, the back is this, and this have the same back, but this one should have more. Oh, there we go. That's how we're supposed to open these. Wow, it took me a little while to figure out how to open these cards until that happened. That's why I don't like opening cards like that. And there we go. I go get it. No card was hurt during the making of this video. Here we go. We got some cool stuff now. So we got this right here. Upgrade card right here. So this is cool. This is a good one. We got an upgraded card right now. So Pippa, or I think this is her deck, right? Yeah, this is her deck. So the card we just pulled is her deck, upgraded card, obviously a better card to have. That is a KRS card right there. The first one we pulled art was a KIR card. This is a KRS card. So it's probably a rarer card. It is what it looks like. And then we got another one here. That's pretty cool. And this one is number 86 out of 100 foil stamp. Again, this is the shit you want, right? Because this is a numbered parallel card, and that's cool. And I don't know, is this card signed? I don't know if the card is signed. It's an AKA. So let's go look at this right now. I'm pulling up my sheet here. AKA Super 1. So I don't know if it's I don't know. It looks like it's a Super, right? And it looks like, yeah. So it's a holograph gold hot stamp, rainbow hot stamp signature card. Pretty cool. People are bothering me. I don't know why. But yeah, I actually think this thing is signed. I think this card's signed. I think this card is genuinely signed. And that's sick. That's actually sick. Special signature card 5 old alternate hot gold stamp, rainbow hot stamp signature serialized 1 to 100. So I do think this card is actually hand signed, which is sick. That's so cool. That's fucking awesome, right? And then what's crazy is that we have this one right here, and this is also kind of similar. I have to do some research on that. I might email them about that one. So I'm gonna have to get back to everybody on this one. But this one's sick, right? I do think this might be an autograph like card type thing, which is cool. Same character, upgraded version, everybody. So yeah, so like this is what is where the money's at with this stuff. Because first off, you can play with these cards. Secondly, these are the cool ones to have, right? So that's a god pack for you. God packs are fucking awesome. Okay, another upgraded card right now, an LB. I don't know exactly what an LB is on this. I'm looking up my stuff right now. I don't know what an LB is. They're not really telling me what an LB is per se. But yeah, so this is an LB for you. Again, it's an upgraded card, I guess. On that, it's got that silver stamp to it. Good one to have. Another one right here in that same position. Experience. So we got this one right here. Same thing, kind of rare, to some degree. That's a KIRS card. So yeah, that's fun. This one is an LB. I think it's good. And then I think these god packs are just similar stuff of what we've already pulled here. I don't think there's anything particularly good or bad about them. But I do think that one is cool. And then we got these right here, or this one right here, or are we supposed to go like that? Those two, pretty good. Some AOs. So obviously a higher rarity, but yeah. So that limited numbered card is pretty sick. And the fact that it's in a god pack probably explains why. We're going back. We're going back to this one. We're going back to some boosters. You can technically pull those signature cards out of regular packs, but god packs purposely have higher positions on them. In that way. So this, get your coffee. We got this one right here. Content or platform card. Again, blue back for everybody who wants to know that. We got this right here. Again, this is a pawn, so it's common. It's a common card. Nothing really ultra special about that. This right here, same deal. It's, I think, a common card. Another common card right here. This is a super, so obviously a bit rarer. In that regard, again, a rarity of a card does not mean it's effective in this game. What it means is that it's just rarer. It has better art, alternative art. It has something to do with else, and it just is more rare, where there's less of them. Doesn't mean it's more effective. The same thing right here. It's a super. We got this right here, which I think seems a little shiny. Again, this is an AO. So we got that right there. Scary Yandere roleplay. So obviously it's got an anime vibe to it. This right here, same deal. It's an AO. Witch Mommy Energy. I mean, there's a million things I could say to that. Right? But yes. So just because something is rare or shiny doesn't mean it's effective in your gameplay, or it's gonna. I mean, it just means that it might sell for more money. But obviously, we're going to continue these packs here. All of these packs, by the way, have a debut on them. So if you buy this in a retail shop, you're not going to get the debut on it. Doesn't mean that the card isn't worth money. Doesn't mean that there's other stuff surrounding it. It just means that the card doesn't have that debut sticker on it. Right there. Right here. We probably pulled a bunch of these already. But again, I'm not exactly 100% sure how to play this game. I haven't had time to read the rules or go through the rules or watch the videos because I need to take time to break down the whole entity. But when I do, I will figure it out and I will play it. And because I want to win some of these prizes and I would like to play in tournaments. And I like card games and I like breaking down games. This right here is just a regular, right here. Let them cook. Let them cook, right? Just let them cook, guys. Just let them cook, right? This is like my favorite phrase ever. Just let them cook. Again, that's a super. So it's a rare card of this character. So obviously this is a persona creatives. So we got that one. We got I believe so obviously, as you can see, this super is in purple and white. I believe that this might be an alternative, or that might be an alternative art card, because this super is in purple and black at the bottom. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm gonna have to do a little research on that, but obviously it's the same character. And it might even be the same card, right? Actually, it's a different card. That's fascinating, right? Um, so actually, no, no. Basically, the difference is that this has a discard and this does not. But the effects are similar in that way. We got this right here, Freeze Spirit. Now that's cool. It's kind of shiny, right? And we got this one right here, Rest in Peace. Obviously an action card. So there you go. There you go. Again, I'm not exactly sure what all these cards do per se, because I got to go figure out what deck I want to build, how I want to go build a deck, and all that stuff. But what I do know is that some of these cards are going to be worth money, and people are going to want to buy them. And you know what is? Some of this stuff I might get graded. I might send to PSA, because you just don't know. And as I stated before, I keep using Divine Cross because it's the best example to use, is that there are cards that obviously people like and they look like stuff and people want to spend the money for them, and they do, and they sell. So that's something to keep in mind. So we're just going to take out the promo card, put it right there. There we go. Obviously going to do this a little quicker now. If I see something that's interesting, I'm going to just stop for you. But that's the whole point, is that you're pulling packs. It just so happens that this is a debut pack, and so it has that debut patch on the bottom. If you get this in retail, it's not a debut box. You're probably also not going to pull some God packs. You're not going to pull 4 God packs. And obviously that first God pack was great in that regard. This right here. And then we got 2 more shinies for you and for everybody here, 2 double AOs for everybody. Again, obviously an action and a platform card. So there you go. Again, blue and black in the back. So yeah, so that's the point I'm making, is that, again, I don't know what the value of this stuff is, but obviously I pulled a number parallel card. And if you know my videos on tops and other stuff, and I'm going to probably make some more videos about that stuff coming up soon enough, that's the thing too, is that when you have numbered parallel cards typically do better in anything than anything else does. So we got that right here. And obviously, you buy one of these big boxes because you buy a starter deck and then you modify and you build a deck out of that, because that's the fastest way to build decks. Right there, we got this peaceful ASMR. This is fun too in many ways, because obviously if you're an internet kid, this stuff is on the internet. Cool right there. Halloween special. So this is a content. So again, this is a super. Doesn't mean it's effective or ineffective. It's just a rare card. And again, there are some of these cards will make it into the retail package that's already out there, but some of these will not. The art on it. But just because the card has alternative art, doesn't mean that it's necessarily good or bad. Burnt toast, that's fun right there. This right here, if this is not a trope, I don't know what the hell is. Feet, a holy deep dive, and it's a nun. It's content. A lot of stuff could be said there on that. And then we got this right here. Yellow fish. Obviously, this is an AO debut, kind of a rare card. It's kind of, I think, foil-esque, if you will. So yeah, there we go. And we got one more, and then we're halfway through. And we're gonna open up another God pack, guys. So let's see what we're pulling this one before we get to another God pack. I gotta say, these are like the most difficult packs I've ever opened up. Not on like a content level, but just on the fact that it's a tough pack to open. But here we go. Got this right here. Again, going through this pretty quickly, unless something really, catches my moldy bread. Oh, that's funny. Content right here. Obviously Halloween-esque. That's fun. Sound alert, jump scare. Again, black pawn. I'm curious. Are all the pawns? Yeah. So So yeah, no, I was just curious about something. Sorry. Cool. We got this right here. Big cheese. Big cheese. That's funny. Um, Dominic. Oh, that's great. Got this right here. So content, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff right there. I like that one. I like that one. That dominoes. That's good. Um, LVL2 Naked Club. I'm sorry, that made me laugh. 'Cause that's an internet thing. Year zero science. Your opponent can't gain stars here. That could be a useful card. That could be a defensive play right there. That's useful. That's actually a really useful card. And then God pack number 2. Let's go. Let's go. God pack number 2, right? So this is where the money is in these stuff. Because all the rare stuff's in these God packs. So here we go. And I gotta say, man, these packs are like the toughest packs to open up, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. I'd rather a pack be tough to open up than a pack be easy to open up, all right? But here we go. Here we go. So here we go. Yeah. So we got another one that's cool like this, right? So this is a MAG. Let's go look up. Let's go look this up because I got the thing up. So an MAG, right? Gold signature cards, borderless upgrades, gold hot stamp holographic foil. So this is tricky, right? It looks like this thing's autoed, right? Like this one, it is so. I'm going through this right now because now I'm so curious, right? Yeah, like it looks like it's autoed, right? And what it is that so this is the base of that card. So everybody give me a sec here while I just move down a window here. So we pulled this as the first card out of the God pack, right? So this here looks very different than this one looks. Where I don't know exactly because this looks like it's autoed, right? It looks like there's a hot, it looks like, obviously it's gold, right? On it, versus the silver right here. It's looks like it's autographed. And that's it's cool, but these are the same card. They have the same writing, they have the same effects. The only difference is that this is gold and looks like this one's autographed, and this one is not. And it's silver, gold, silver, and this is an MAG debut. This is a KIR debut. So again, that definitely looks cool. Thrilled about it. It's not serialized numbered, but looks cool. And that, auto compared to this, it looks like it's drawn on there. So I might have to shoot them a message like, hey guys, are these autos? Because I'm confused on that regard. But I'm not unhappy with it regardless. But it looks like that, right? It looks like that. And no complaints, right? No complaints, but I'm just curious now on all of this and drawn on stuff and tricky stuff like that. But I'm pretty stoked about it. But that's like a God pack for you, right? We got this right here, which is a KIR, card right there. So keeping that in mind. We got this one right here, shiny, same deal. This is an MID. Not exactly sure how that's classified, per se, but we got that. This right here, obviously that shiny, more shiny stuff, kind of that foil right there. I think we pulled this already in a regular, but obviously it's an LB. So it's just, I guess, a shinier version, more upgraded version of the card, but the card itself hasn't changed its effect. And then this stuff is just the norm stuff. So nothing special there. Just a hollow of that. Christmas special. This might be alternative art, to be honest. But it's cool. It's obviously content. If you're a YouTuber, VTuber, you got to have special stuff going on. So yes, so that's half of this whole thing. So as you can see, those God packs are clearly extremely, extremely cool in that regard. And this is the thing about card collecting. And this is where I think this product for $100, those boxes, especially a debut box, is actually undervalued. Because if these God packs, and there's 4 per, box, you pull shit like that, it's a no-brainer. So just dropping that down right there. Cool. So we got something cool. So we got this right here, platform, I guess. This right here, anniversary celebration. Again, content. If you want to build a holiday deck, I mean, this is how you do it. Cool. Yappers right there. This right here. Ooh, I like that art. I like that art. That's fun. I like that. Encore performances, again, holiday deck, perfect for you. Content performance deck. Pulled this before. Pulled this before. Definitely pulled this before in that upgraded version. Might have even pulled it in a auto version or an upgraded version. I'm going to table that one for a second here. I don't know if we pulled this before, but yeah, we pulled this before. I don't know if we pulled, yeah, so cool. I'm not going to dwell on it too much because there's a lot of stuff to go through. This, and then this is another one where this is an MID, right? So same card, guys, same card. I think we pulled this in a God pack already, which is cool. I don't mind having duplicates of cards. Duplicates of cards are good. I don't know. The market isn't here for these yet because they're brand new, but they're cool. Same card though. Just this is an upgraded version of that card, and it's silver stamped versus this one, which is the regular. But same effect, same exact effect. So if you play this card in your deck or you play this card in your deck, I'll be honest, I'd rather play this card in my deck than that card in my deck. I'd rather put that card into a loose leaf and protect it. So that's the thing about this game in particular, is that for every upgraded card, there's a base card for it. And I'd rather play with the base cards than the cool rare auto cards. As much as the cool auto stuff is fun and you win and like you're all excited, especially at a tournament and you get flex a little bit, I'd rather play with the base stuff because those autograph cards and those serial numbered cards, that's the shit that's worth money. So yeah, right here, I like the way this one looks, to be honest. I like the way that looks. This right here, continue gameplay, so content. Again, you're building a content thing. There you go. Those holiday stuff can be really helpful. Sweet combo. Again. My mind is just thinking a certain way with this stuff. Because I'm thinking, because A, I want to play the game. B, what I really want to do is that, oh, that's funny. This track. I just might make this my brand profile. I'll drop a diss track on everybody. There we go, right there. Again, persona. This is what I am doing tonight. This is exactly what I'm doing tonight, everybody. While I watch my football game, rent free. Absolutely. I love this card. Like the fact that it's a foil. Definitely fun right there. that made me laugh. And this is another one of those like upgrade cards. So obviously, Sad Sudan, Pipkin Pipka. I think we pulled this already in a God pack, but it's an upgraded card, so it's nice. No complaints, right? No complaints on upgrade cards. And then promo card, put it into the pile right there. We got 3 more boosters to go through before we get to another God pack. I know it's a long video, everybody. It's a long one. I know. There's a reason why I'm not opening up those starter decks either. Because first and foremost, I got to figure out how to build a deck that I want to build. Secondly, I got to figure out what type of player I want to be. And I might be building more than one deck. And I got to figure out who I can play and beat in this game. Because I'm already liking this. And plus, it's fun. So, charity event. Obviously, content deck, which is what I'm leaning towards. Content. Same. Super right here. Right here. Love the chibi characters, guys. Love the chibi characters. Just love them. Just love them. We got this, which is some foil stuff for you. It's an AO rare foil kind of card. Again, for every foil, just dropping that one in there. Bear with me. That's funny. That's a great phrase too. But yeah, so for every foil, there is a base. For a bunch of cards that are these upgrade cards, there's just bases for them. And that's what makes this great, is that there's a collectability element to this, and you can build a deck with super cool stuff. Obviously, I showed you guys that, I got that hot gold foil stamp card that looks autoed, and I'm gonna have to shoot them a message. Hey, got a question about this card. A little confused, guys. And I'm sure the people at Oshi Push are like, oh, sweet, you got one of those. That's cool, right? Just gonna drop that right there. So platform. Again, I'm just putting this. I'm not dwelling on this too much. Once I figure out how to gameplay, I might do a follow up with that. But this is definitely different than baseball. This is definitely different than Tops now. This is different than a lot of stuff for the reasons that it's a card game or that way. But there's rarity, as you could see. I mean, pulling a numbered serial card in this, it's a big deal. Pulling hot cards in this is a big deal. And we've seen this with Divine Cross. And those cards, they're fun to look at. They're cool. Obviously, I am, indexing a PSA vault out. Like, there's a reason why I'm talking about this, because I index a PSA vault, which I will go and explain in a whole nother video on what exactly I'm doing. And I will show you what I'm doing, because I have a very different philosophy than other people in this space. I tend to take the Kevin O'Leary approach, what he's doing with expensive cards, but I want to do them with $15. So I compare myself where I am building the everyday and every man's PSA index card vault versus what Kevin O'Leary's doing, which is going the big routes for millions and millions of dollars. Because I can't go buy a $13 million card, right? We got this right here. Yeah, so game fluid speed run. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Speed run. That's great. That's great. I remember doing speed runs in video games. That's cool. So again, content cards, game fluid, speed card. Yeah, this could be a lot of fun as a game. But yes, so the point is that there's a reason why. Like, I think some of these cards, especially the ones at the God packs, are definitely going to be worth money. And I think you get them graded, you get them authenticated, you have VTubers autos on them, you have numbers on them. They're super limited. I mean, I think that stuff can go a long way. And I'm not saying that it's going to be like an Aaron Judge per se, but I do think there's money in this stuff. And as these people and some of these VTubers and these upgraded cards, go and their channels grow, I think that you can have that debut stream. That's cool. That's cool content right for you. Click clock. I actually like this art. I like that art a lot. I like that art. That's a cool background. Like, I would like to make that my background for my podcast. That'd be sweet. Original song. Again, a lot of stuff you can do in this game, apparently. Platform card this way. Kind of got a Halloween vibe to it with the ghosts. Shooting some stuff there for you. This right here. Going through this quickly because we got a God pack coming up, and if repeating serves me well, this right here. Watch along. Yeah, watch along. That's all it goes to the movies, guys. That's all it goes to the movies. Again, I know this is way outside the box. Beating you with a frying pan ASMR. I'm probably gonna build and this is an action card. Shit, that's funny. Look at what mommy made me do, chat. That's just fucked uply funny. Is that a foil too? Oddly enough, yeah, I think it's foil-esque. Yeah, that's cool. That's just fun. That's just fun. And then puzzle. We've all been here. We've all been here. Is my point. And then another God pack. We have another God pack coming. So let's go. Obviously, the first two have served me very well, and I've done very well with this. And so let's see what number 3 does. And again, initially you were guaranteed one God pack. They kept reaching their goals, and what wound up happening as a result is that they wound up putting in 4 God packs into these boosters. And right now, and I said this before, one just sold for $100 on eBay, and I think that this shit was, I think that sold undervalued. So I believe we pulled this already. So duplicate, again, duplicates are not bad. On rare cards, this is a KIRS. So again, I'm not exactly sure what a KIRS. So it's 1 in 24 boosters or 1 per booster box. Borderless S upgrade, silver hot stamp, holographic. Holographic. So we got that silver stamp on it, all the silver stamps on it. For those who want to see it, it looks like that. Borderless, no border on these. Yeah, so it's a good one. It's a debut. I don't know exactly what it's worth, but we definitely pulled that before. Another Pipkin Pippa, KIR. So that's cool in the God pack. We got one of these in this shiny right here. Pretty sweet. It's a nice shiny one. It's, it looks good. Same thing right there. Same deal. Just a nice looking card. Nice looking card right there. For you. Oh, this is good. This is good. So this is a mag. Again, another mag here for everybody. So I don't even know. So a mag, gold signature cards, borderless upgrades, gold hot stamp, and holographic foil. And so this is Hakashi Lori. Yeah, these are autoed. These are autoed. Yeah, so third auto on this. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet, to be honest. Yeah. So these are 1 in 864 packs, 1 per master cases. Gold signatures, borderless upgrades, gold hot stamp. So I guess the VTuber, did it. So it's an autoed card. So it's pretty cool. I like them. They're great. That's cool. Again, super limited, right? That's the theory, right? Another KIRS card here. So fun right there. I think we might have pulled this already. Again, no issue with duplicates. No issues with duplicates, right? I had never ever rare card duplicates. Don't bother me. Right here. Obviously, we pulled that before. It's just a foil of that. And foil of this. Then we pulled a few foils of these. Maybe this is the second foil, but I know I pulled it in a common too, or a non-foil. And same thing here, brother lover. So cool. I need somebody who can turn on a flashlight really fast. I almost read that wrong. But yeah, so it's just a foil of that card. Again, it's a pretty cool set, right? And then we got 6 more, with this one being the last, guys. And I'm telling you, these God packs are sick. This one feels heavier. This one feels a little bit lighter. This one feels a little bit lighter. Maybe there's a little bit of a better card in here. Let's hope for it. But yeah, so there's just some, I think it's good stuff in here, right? Obviously pulling a serialized number card, pulling 3 autos, super limited cards. And this is this type of stuff, right? That like you want, right? So drop that in there. And again, if you're building a deck, it's a lot of cards, right? Two blasters, or two hobby boxes, or whatever we're gonna call them. A lot of cards right there, right here. Same thing. Going through this quickly because most of this stuff we've pulled already. I don't think we pulled this one yet. And if we did, I just didn't recognize it. Right here. This is that one that's a super that we pulled out of the God pack that we have 2 of. This is that same card, exact same position. You put this one in your deck. You don't put the other one in your deck, right? There you go. So you play with this card, not the 2 that are there, because the 2 that are borderless and either gold or silver stamped are worth more money than this card is worth. If this card gets destroyed, it's one thing. This might be a $1 card. Those other cards might be a $5 to $10 or $15 card. That's what's interesting about this whole set, is that you have upgraded versions of the same card that do the exact same thing, but instead of having to use the upgraded versions, you can use this version of that card. Very cool idea for a card set. Mahjong tournament, again, got there going on, pulled that already. And then We got another upgraded card right here. So this is the upgraded card in the back. Obviously, you can see it's silver stamped. It is a LB. So upgraded card. Not exactly sure what LB means per se. And then we got this as an AO, which is just a foil, platform card. So nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we got 4 more to go before we get to another God pack. And again, I won't do this because this is exactly when you start going alternative. And this is part of my whole PSA strategy index component, on which I have no problem because people have massive debates on this. And I tend to take an opposite side of the issue that other people take. It's because I do flip cards. I sell a lot of cards, but I also do stuff like this where I like to play the long game, because playing the long game in many ways can make you a lot more money. It's like buying art and just holding forever, and then holding for 20 years and just let that thing appreciate, especially with the cards, right? That right there. Oh, I like that one that's coming up right here. I mean, courtroom role play. They're putting nanotechnologies inside of the vaccines. FPI. That's one of the that's great. That's funny. That's just that that's funny. I mean, you can make that sexualized in like 10 minutes. Sponsorship. Can't believe our boss is on the stream. I know who this card is of. She's not gonna like me saying her name though, so that's okay. I'm gonna send her a picture. I'm like, hey, I got you something. I'm gonna put that one right there for right now because I think that's great. Obviously some foils. More foil stuff of, I think, platforms. So cool right there. So yeah, I know who that reminds me of. I have a lot of friends. Who are interesting individuals, to say the least. But yeah, so here we go. Let's go. We got 3 more. This is number 1 out of 3. Doing this, we're gonna just drop that one right into there. Mukbang ASMR. This right here, Persona, right here, one of the main characters in the game. Right here. It might be that all the yellows are the personas, right? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Right there. We got this one already. I think we got our auto. In one of those cool rare auto cards. Right here. Thrill of story reading. That's cool. Big cheese. Got this one. Puzzle hand cam. Cool right here. So that's cool. That's fun. And then we got these right here, which is pretty sweet. And I'm gonna just check something because I'm now curious. So yeah. So this is that, but this is a different version of the other 2 that we pulled. But we pulled this one before. So same card, upgraded version of her, and obviously that upgraded version has a better component to it, per se. But obviously we're gonna put that one right there. And we got 3 more packs and a God pack. So here we go. Again. If you want to build a deck, these 20 packs and a starter deck will help you build a deck, and then you will figure out where to buy what cards you need off of eBay or trading wherever you go, right? If you want to figure out how to make some money with this stuff, those God packs is where it's at. Because I'll give you an example. Nothing against this card, right? Nothing against this card. This card is not where the money's at. Nothing against it. Useful card, could win you a tournament, could potentially win you money or free cards or whatever, or glory or whatever you want to call it, right? Could help you do that without a doubt, right? But this card is not, maybe it's a $1 card, right? At best. Nothing wrong with the card, nothing wrong with the art. It's just a common, right? So that's the thing. Same thing with this one. Same thing here. You know, like the art on this, love the art on this, right? This might be $1.50 card at best, right? Again, not where the money's at, but could win you a tournament here, could win you a big tournament. Maybe it's a $2 card here because it's a debut position and it's a super, but not where the money's at, right? You're not getting rich off of this card, right? This card is a foil, right? So it might be that you might be able to get $2 for it because it's a foil and it's an AO and it's an action card, but really not where the money's at per se. And then this card, you might get $3, maybe $4 out of it because it's an upgraded silver stamp and it's a KIRS card, which is a little bit more valuable card, right? It's also Pipkin, Pippa, and it's Filipina, and you got that whole like silver stamp stuff in it. And I think we pulled 3 of these, right? So maybe $4 or $5 for this one, right? So you're starting to now creep up in money. Maybe if you get it graded, it becomes a $15 card, maybe it becomes a $25 card, whatever it is, right? Not the point, right? That's not, this. If you sell that card well for $5 or $8, you're golden, right? This though, but we're gonna get to the God Pack in a second. This is got one more booster here. But if you're building a deck, you could see that this is deck building material, right? That's deck building material, and then you take these two things, which are starter decks, and you modify your starting decks once you understand the rules and how gameplay is supposed to go, and you modify it, and you build 2 different decks out of these, and you modify them because obviously this one is, Pippa's starting deck, and this one is Tanmana main. I can't say names. Fuck it. But you get where I'm going with this about deck building, right? These 2 decks have different ideas, and then you figure out how you want to build your decks and modify X with it after you watch a bunch of gameplay and a bunch of other stuff. But this is where you start because this is really 2 starter decks that are ready to go for you, and you pick cards from here and you modify it and you maneuver around to figure out saying, cool, I want to do X with my deck. Or conversely, what it is that you say, I don't want to use any of these decks because I want to build a sabotage deck, and you want to be essentially a poison deck type player, like Magic the Gathering. Or if you're like me, I'm a goblin player in Magic the Gathering, and I want to kill you in 5 turns, and I want to take a lot of 1-on-1 goblins and fuck you up. That's how I used to play Magic the Gathering. It was sick. I used to play Magic the Gathering, just so everybody understands, right? I used to play, and I used to have goblins, and then I would get a goblin king, a goblin chieftain, a goblin warlord out there. And so by turn 5, I have 5 to 7 mana. So basically by turn 7, you have 7 mana. And you have 2 goblin kings, a goblin war chief, and a goblin chain commander out there. And what you do is that you power up. So by the way, once you have 3 goblin kings out there and 2 goblin war chiefs, a 1-on-1 goblin becomes a 6/6. So basically you play then you have all these 1-on-1 goblins with haste. You play them on turn 6, and they're all 6/6 with haste, and your opponent is dead. That's how you play Magic the Gathering with a goblin deck. And that's probably what I'm going to try to figure out how to do here. The other thing I had was I had an infect deck. So my infect deck was sick too, because the goal is to infect your opponent. And that's a whole different battle game. And then the third deck I built was a wall deck, which the whole point of a wall deck is that you're trying to deck your opponent. Which basically means you're trying to get your opponent to run out of cards. And you build an impossible wall that they can't break through. So you have 7/7 walls, and then you have a few cards in there like Fireball and some other stuff in there to do damage. But essentially, what's going on? Lessons for writing. That's cool. That's the whole thing, right? There. I don't know. This might be an alternative art card. I don't remember this one exactly, but we pulled this one in auto for you right there. We pulled this a lot. So that's cool right there. Ooh, just caught that one. Ooh, that was close. Oh, we didn't pull this one yet. First date. That's cool. That's fun. I like that. So experience content. Sweet. I like that one. It's a foil too. That's nice. Got this one, players only during a clash. Again, it's an action. So cool right there. And then promo card, just dropping that right in there. And yeah, and then we got the last one here, guys. I told you this was gonna be a long video. God pack mode. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. With this. So here we go. Here we go. Let's see what we pull. Let's see what we pull. Obviously these God packs are pretty sick. So here we go with God pack mode now. So I don't think we pulled this one before. So again, one of those silver stamp upgrades. So nice right there. Right here. So we just pulled this in its base form. So I'm gonna try to find it actually, because it's pretty close. It's pretty close to this. So I think we just pulled that one, right? Yeah. So here we go. Here we go. So this just to prove the point here, right? This is the upgraded version of this, right? In the silver stamp kind of foil card. This is the base of it. So big difference between these two cards. You use this one in your deck. You keep this one to the side. While this is a flex and it's cool to play with this card, this one is not as valuable. This one is more valuable. So it's shiny. It's fun to look at. It's silvery, and it's a bit of a heavier card. Again, this is valuable. This one not so much. Useful. The use of these two cards are the same. That's what's cool about this, right? Is that this is a super that's a KIR. So keep that in mind when we look at this stuff, right? Same thing here. We pulled this, same deal. It's an MID. It's an MID for you. Sorry about that, everybody. Somebody's obviously hitting me up. It's an MIRD right there. Again, kind of shiny, cool right there. We got this one right here. I think we might have pulled this already at some point. Oh, that one's cool. I like that one a lot. That one right there. I think we pulled this one. Sweet. That's interesting. That is interesting, right? So this, I think we pulled this. Maybe I know we pulled this in a common, and we might have pulled it in another variation. So that's interesting, and that's good for me. This is fascinating, right? So we pulled this already. This exact card. So I'll show you. No complaining about it. Again, I am not one to complain. Not one to complain. See this one and this one. Dual autos. That's cool. That's cool. It's interesting for me at least. So again, to go back to the MAGs, right? So the MAGs, which I think are magenta supas, right? I think that so basically it's 1 in 864 packs or 1 in 3 masters. Gold signature cards, borderless upgrades, gold hot stamp, holographic foils. So basically, this is the VTuber who did it, and we pulled 2 of them. So pretty cool. No complaints. No complaints there. Absolutely no complaints for anybody or anything. And then we got one of these, which we priority pulled. It's just a foil of it. So that's good. Pretty stoked about that. Never gonna complain about a foil, because my experience with cards in general, foils kill it. And then same thing here, the cringe song. So again, foil of that, no complaints. With that. So yeah, and then we got that right there. And so basically, this is pretty much the top stuff that was pulled out of this. Just taking the autos out for all of us to take a look at. A lot of cool stuff, some duplicates in here. Again, never complaining about duplicates, right? I am not one to complain about duplicates, because duplicates are awesome, right? So it's interesting, right? So we pulled this right here, which is this upgrade silver stamp, right? And then we pulled this one right here, which is also kind of the borderless version of that, which is a KIRS. So that's cool for those who are interested in that stuff. Um, I mean, I'm going through this stuff really interestingly. So I think that this is this card without the auto with a border. Obviously this is that card without a border. So that's fun to look at that. Again, you could flex on that. I'm just looking at some other stuff here and I'm going through it, right? Um, I'm seeing if anything else was, yeah. So same thing here, right? Duplicate of that, border card of that one. I'm just going through this stuff to see if there's anything funky that's pretty cool. Sorry, doing it live too, which is not good. Let's see. Oh man, these are cool. Yeah. So same thing here. Duplicate of that card. We pull this in the base. So we have two of those, which is always good. So far, obviously we got this right here, hot stamp numbered. So as you can see, it is serial numbered, and I think these are gold signature cards. So pretty cool right there. Pretty happy about that. Same thing with this right here. Um, Pretty cool auto on it. It's gold right there. I think you are guaranteed one of those in the box. This is that. It's not a duplicate of that card because it's the silver version of that card. So that's fun for everybody who's interested in that. We got this card in borders in silver, in base, and in borderless. So good right there. Another one right here of that border right there. Um, right here, same thing, duplicate. So again, never complaining about rare duplicates, right? Promo cards, obviously. I have 5 more of these. So, obviously those are going to be going up on eBay. And a bunch of these probably will go up on eBay because they are, fun cards. And then I'm just looking at the other stuff I got. I got I mean, I'm going to be selling my duplicates without a doubt. So 3 of these, right? For those who are interested. So we got 3 of those in play, all the same, right? Yeah. So right here, pretty good right there. Um, these same thing, duplicates, upgrades. Not complaining because again, any card that is premium that I have a duplicate of is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's always good to have duplicates of cards. It's never ever a bad thing to have duplicates of cards. And that's what I've learned. As a card collector, I am never ever upset about having duplicates of cards. Same thing with these right here. Duplicates. So again, sell the duplicate, get money back, get some money back. Not complaining. Don't know exactly what those cards are going to be worth in the future per se, but yeah. So I would say pretty good, right? I mean, the God Pack's really helpful. Where the money's at. I got a serialized card. I got 4 autos out of this stuff. The last God Pack didn't exactly get me an auto. I don't think it did, but it got me some good stuff. But obviously I've gotten, some really good stuff. So I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4. No. The last one did actually. So I'm sorry. I believe that we got 3 or 4 autos out of the God Packs because I believe this came out of the booster, which is the upgrade, which are guaranteed in every single booster box. But yeah, so that's the whole thing, right? Is that this is the stuff you want. In particular, this is the real card stuff you want, and this is the stuff that you probably go get graded. Because this is the stuff that on the off. I mean, I think Oshi Push is going to be fine. Obviously, a game that raises $500,000, it's going to be fine in the long run. But that's the stuff you want, right? The parallel stuff you want is this, and this is that for you. But Obviously, this is number 86 out of 100. It is stamped on there. It's pretty cool. I'm probably gonna shoot them a message, be like, "Hey guys, are these auto cards on hand?" And yeah, so pretty cool right there. I mean, that's an AKA. So I mean, the AKA supers are 1,440 packs, or 1 per 5 master case. Special signature card, 5 alternative arts. Um, 5 alternative arts, and then it is holographic gold hot stamp, rainbow hot stamp signature. Um, yeah. The signature actually is rainbow. Shit, that's fucking cool as fuck. Yeah, you could see it, right? Like this one is not that, it's gold, it's straight out gold. This one, if you go, I'm sorry, I gotta go just take this down, right? So if you go, you could see it. So it is rainbow, the signature. Oh, that's fucking sick. That's fucking sick. I'm gonna get that thing graded. I'm gonna absolutely get that thing graded. That is fucking sick. Ah, see, this is why you buy shit like this. Because when I do, if I do want to sell that, that's an expensive card for you. So there you go, everybody. There you go. So again, it's a long video. This is what we're doing. I'm probably gonna break open the other one at some point. Um, because I think that there's real money here. And those God packs. God bless him. God bless him. I will probably also break them knees at some point because I am going to play this game. I want to master it, and the way I master things is unique. So there you go with that. And yeah, that's everything I got going on. So thank you so much for watching. Glad I could share this with everybody. Glad I could do this. I know this is a long video, and thank you so much for watching. And I got a lot of cool stuff coming. So I got for those who are interested, I got some holiday baseball mega boxes that are here. I have some baseball advent calendars coming in. I have some basketball advent calendars coming in. I got a baseball tin coming in. Um, there's some other stuff coming. I got some Tops Now stuff. I'm probably gonna break one with the Alex Pereira, and we're probably gonna talk about parallels and Tops Now. So that's gonna be a fun one. What else do I have? I mean, I'm probably gonna talk about my PSA Vault and my PSA Philosophy. And then I got another, as I stated, this is probably going to be a separate video at some point of debut stuff. The other box is going to be a separate video. Some other stuff with WNBA stuff is going to be a separate video. So yeah, you name it, I probably got it coming. So definitely be on the lookout, everybody, and feel free to subscribe. And I'm happy to answer questions live, off air. We can just talk about it and all this stuff. And yeah, you never know what's going to come across my desk and what's going to come across my lap. And a lot of fun stuff's coming, guys. A lot of fun stuff's coming. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one, everybody. Have a good one.